Back, it's Dennis G. Welcome to the channel. We're going to be going through an in-cab inspection. First, we're going to do a static air brake test. Okay, this is everything you need to know to pass the test in 2023 in New York State. So for one, I already started the truck. I already did all my inspections, but I'm going to just do this again for you. What you first want to do, you have the keys over here or over here. You just want to have a safe start. Make sure both the trailer and the tractor spring brakes are applied, okay, fully before, and then you're not in gear before you start the truck. You want to build your PSI, primary and secondary PSI, to anywhere between 120 and 140 PSI. Okay, I'll show you how that looks after we're finished here. So I already started that, I already did that, so you want to just build that up when you first start. And so your green and red or orange, right, are going to reach 120 PSI. Okay, so again, you want to apply both. I got the tractor applied, now I'm going to apply the trailer. Okay, and now what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put it in low gear, or first gear, put my foot on the clutch, brake, go in low gear, okay, and we're going to go ahead and push both the trailer and the tractor emergency spring brakes in. Okay, I'm in low gear and I'm going to turn off the vehicle. Okay, but you got to make sure that you turn on the electric. Okay, if you don't do that, you're going to fail the test. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to make sure your foot's off the brake and also off the clutch. Okay, you're on level ground, but you're also in low gear, first gear. Really, you want to have those, you want to have that off, I would say, to begin with. You want to, so when you put yourself in low gear, when you push those spring brakes, you just want to make sure that your feet are off, you're in low gear, and now you begin. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to hold the brake in, and you want to listen, you want to watch the PSI. You want to make sure that you don't lose any more than 4 PSI in 1 minute. So I'll show you that right here. Okay, we did not lose more than 4 PSI in 1 minute. We're assuming it's 1 minute. Okay, you want to use your Apple Watch or anything else to time. Make sure it's a whole minute. Okay, and now I'm gonna pump, and that's a good thing. The low pressure light came on. Okay, and you're not supposed, and now you're supposed to keep pumping. You're not supposed to go to, at 50 it's supposed to come on, you're supposed to indicate that. And now at about 25 PSI, 20 to 40 PSI, both emergency spring brakes popped. You see now they're popped open. That means everything's working properly there. Okay, and now you want to go ahead and rebuild up. So now you want to put your foot on the clutch, on the brake. Make sure you don't want to touch those at all. Just they're both popped out. Put your manual stick in neutral, and you want to start the vehicle. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to build up, and as you're building up, you want to do the in-cab inspection. Okay. So now you can look at your gauges here. Water gauge is good. Oil gauge is 40 PSI, that's good. You have the volts between 12 and 15. It's working properly. Okay, you have the air is building, primary and secondary air gauges are building. You can also put your foot on the fuel pedal, all right, to build faster. Okay, over here, oil temperature is good, transmission's good, suspension load, we're not loaded, boost is good. Okay, make sure the horn's working properly, city horn, country horn. Okay. Windshield wiper fluid and wipers are working properly. Mirrors are clean, adjusted to my liking. Okay. You have, very important here, you have the fire extinguisher, which is working properly. It's in the green. Okay. You have inside here, you have the emergency triangles, the orange triangles, and they're all looking perfectly. There aren't any cracks or frays. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that your air is working. So you want to put your air on. You want to make sure that you're able to defrost if you have to. So you want to put it on the upper and lower, and also the defrost. Really, I just keep it right here. You can feel up here and say the air is working properly up here. It's working properly down here. I can feel it. Okay. Your seat belt. It's not frayed, cracked. It latches properly. Okay. Your headlights. Okay. Well, you're going to do that when you do the outside inspection. But the indicators, you want to look for the indicators. The hazard indicator lights are working properly. You got to say indicator on the test. Left indicator light is working properly. Right indicator light is working properly. Well, now you want to make sure that you got to put those lights on so you can show the high beam indicator light is working properly. Okay. And that should do it. I would say that would give you a passing grade. There's a few things here or there that every state or inspector likes to look for. You want to make sure when you're in your school, you are able to ask them exactly what they're looking for, because every inspector is going to look for something maybe a little bit unique. But yeah, with all that being said, make sure you do your tug test. You push one in, and make sure it's working properly. I'm going to do that now. Put your foot in gear. Okay, and now we're going to test the tractor. Okay, just gently move it. It's not moving. That means it's working properly. Now we want to try and make sure they're both, at least one of them are engaged while you're doing this. Now try your tractor. Whichever option, doesn't matter at first. Okay, that's working properly as well. A little more of a tug, but it's still working properly. You definitely want to make sure that's working, because otherwise, if you're driving that comes off, then it's lethal. Okay, so that's both working properly, and just make sure that we are able to, the service brake works properly as well. So I got my foot on the clutch there, but we want to make sure that the brakes are working here, and brakes are working properly. Yep, I'm not moving from side to side. Okay, they're stopping uniformly. Well, with all that being said, that's the in-cap inspection, static air brake test, and the rest of the test would be on the outside, and then looking at the engine. Okay. God bless you. Make sure the windows aren't cracked either. You can mention that. Make sure the windows are not cracked. Everything's working properly, right? You just want to literally say add anything you can that regards to safety. So, all right. God bless you, and I hope this helped you. Leave any comments in the comment section, and let me know if you passed your test. God bless. Oxford.